What you guys got? Well, good. We changed it today a little bit. Felt like we had to. I don't want to get to a point in time in camp where we can't recover as fast. There's a point in time in camp where a lot of times the team starts slowing down, they lose focus, they don't go quite as hard. We don't want to get to that point. We want to make sure every day we go out there it's really productive. We've done a good job, I think, as a football team of learning how to start fast in practice. We think that's one of our keys to being very successful this season is being a team that starts fast in the games and winning early in the season. So our team has come out and really pushed it hard at the beginning of practice, been ready to go. And we earmarked some days in camp. We call them hump days, the days that's usually the ones they drag the most on, and thought our guys really pushed through those days. We have to take this week coming up and really work hard on learning how to finish as a football team. And I didn't think we were physically able to go out there and work on finishing tomorrow without backing off of them some today. A lot of guys have hit hard, been a lot of good hard hitting out there. Had some guys nicked up. We needed to go out today and learn more about what to do and how to do it so we could be a little more sure tomorrow. But we got some things done. I thought the focus was good, and I think we're ready to take the next step as a football team this week, starting fast in practice and really finishing hard.
Are you seeing Antoine Higgs become more comfortable at defensive end?
Well, he has to be because he's never played it before, and he's just now learning how to get into a stance. But I think he's excited about it. Obviously there's a lot less assignments connected with the end position. He could really turn it loose and then go hard. He has a good football IQ anyway, but it's a much simpler position in a lot of ways, and I think he can play it in time. He's got to learn how to do it. He's just now learning how to get in a stance. So he's got a lot of work to do, but he's excited about it.
He would seem like a guy that would have a lot of energy on the pass rush, but
right.
Maybe dealing with the run game might be something that takes a little longer for him.
Well, from a technical standpoint, has to learn how to play the run, but he has a good motor, and that can help you whether it's run or pass. He's a physical player, and that can help you whether it's run or pass. So I could be wrong. He still has to learn the position. We'll see how he does, but I think he's going to be, good at both, and I don't see that much of a difference between getting ready to do either one for him.
What do you like about Bruce Gaston these days as opposed to maybe what he looked like a year ago at this time?
Well, he knows what to do now and how to do it. This time last year, he didn't know what to do or how to do it. He's a lot bigger and stronger. I think he bench pressed, 470 pounds, which is really strong for a guy that has 3 years eligibility left. This week, we have to really work hard on training he and KK and all the rest of their teammates on lining up fast, getting in the stance, exploding out of their stances, going as hard as they can, taking it one rep at a time, and really working on finishing. And that's what Bruce has to do. And he's, I think, much further along than Mike Neal was at the same stage, not even close. But maybe where Mike was in between his junior and senior year, where if he can go as hard as he can go every snap, then he can be a dominant player. Same with Kawan Short. I think he and Kawan could be as good a pair of defensive tackles as there is in the league. And also two guys that could dominate their position, and we need them to be in a position to do that. So I like everything I'm seeing out of Bruce. He's one of the reasons why we cut back some today, because he was really nicked up, banged up, and I wanted him to be able to get all the benefits from what we're going to do tomorrow and the next day. And I was afraid he wouldn't be out there. He and some of his teammates in the same boat as him that's been involved in a lot of collisions. So I like everything about Bruce. I think he's a heck of a defensive tackle prospect and can be a special player at his position in time and maybe now.
Are you looking at doing something specific the next couple of days? Maybe
sure am.
Scrimmaging or
well,
like that? Or?
Not so much scrimmaging. There are some things that we need to do. For example, line up out, offense versus defense, and we throw a screen out wide to the right, quick hitting screen out by the number somewhere, and the defense and the offense has to pursue to that spot, then line up real fast and throw another screen to the other half. They got to sprint to that spot, then line up and come downhill with two backs and try to knock them off the football and be physical and stop the run. Taking each one play at a time. What we can't do right now as a football team, we're not ready to do 60, 70, 80 plays all out, one play at a time. And we have to learn how to do that this week. So that's an example of maybe some group work or teamwork, the schematics part of it, to teach them to really go hard. And then maybe the next day we'll do 4 plays like that, and the next play 5 days like that. But I'm talking about full speed running from where the ball was snapped over to the numbers, lining up fast, full speed, sprinting to the other numbers, back to where the ball was snapped, and then getting your butts in the air and making a collision and fitting up and playing hard on the run, and training ourselves that way. So it's a big week for us this week, and we had to cut back today, I think, in order to have a chance to get that done. There's a plan, great plan. We'll have a fourth quarter finish drill for the team, where we'll get their tongues dragging a little bit, and give them a chance to go out there and really get after it, and a lot of that type of stuff this week.
How many more 2 days do you have?
I don't know.
Okay. Tomorrow's one, right?
Tomorrow's one, yeah. We'll go hard in the morning in shells, and then back in the afternoon for full pads and get after it. We'll have officials out here. We'll have to decide on who we may or may not tackle. We're not going to tackle our top ball carriers a whole lot here the rest of camp. We're going to need those guys to tote the mail during the games.
You said Justin Sawyer's had a good camp. What is he doing specifically that's kind of making him turn that corner?
Well, he's doing everything better. This time last year, he couldn't go full speed. He'd been out of football for a year and a half and had never played the receiver position, and it's a really tough position to get acclimated to from a conditioning standpoint. This time last year, he was struggling to get back to the huddle from a stamina standpoint. So I think he's grown up physically some to play that spot. He's much more sure-handed. He's a lot more aggressive after he catches the ball and he gets going north, and he's a physical ball carrier, much more physical ball carrier this year than he was this time last year. He's several-fold the blocker from a physicality standpoint. He has more confidence. He's more sure. Every part of his game at the receiver position is significantly better than it was this time last year. I think he could have been a good player for us last year if he had stayed healthy. I think he could be a really outstanding player for us this year. I think he's in a position to do that.
Can you use some of his quarterback skills in a specific set that has like a gimmick play or something like that? Have you tried to put that in the offense at all?
We could.
I'll give him to a flick.
Well, right now we're not that thin at the quarterback spot yet, so I don't want to jinx us by lining Silver back up there yet. Okay.
Is OJ making back?
Not yet. Everything's fine. He's got some family issues to deal with, and OJ's fine. OJ's doing great. He'll be a heck of a player this year, and I think he's really grown up a lot. This time last year, he didn't know what zip code he was in, and done well in school, and he ran a 4.3 something in the 40 and bench pressed like 370 pounds. He's really improved his skills.